Hey guys, welcome back to Halftime Blues. It's episode number 888. Um, welcome back.
Became eighth.
I'm trying to think. I'm trying to rack my brain. Who finished
Who
eighth?
cares? Who cares?
Oh,
Who
the
cares?
Premier starts tomorrow. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, maybe today you'll be listening to it, and the Premier League's probably started already. Probably right
How awesome.
now while listening to us. If you are, you're really cool. Eighth.
Dude, can you believe the Premier League is back? And it just felt like there was zero break. It's awesome. It's
Yeah.
kind of like it just felt like a preseason trip overseas, and now they're back.
Oh,
Obviously we had no football during the pandemic, but
yeah.
anyway, who's complaining? I'm stoked.
I'm not. Though I would have loved to have. Oh, dang it. My camera just lost its feed. If you're watching on
Go,
YouTube, goodbye,
go,
Sean.
guys. Sean's, even though he's a money hungry Chelsea fan, he's got zero money to buy a proper cable. So
Yeah,
that his camera doesn't cut out.
cable.
So kindly donate below to the buy Sean a cable fund.
Yeah. Woo, I'm back. Hey. Well, that was awkward. Moving on swiftly. Yeah, the Premier League starts, bro. When do you guys play?
I don't even think we play this weekend because of the whole, like, it's us and United. We don't play because of Champions League and Europa League going on for longer than the season, and so then we get like sort of a week's break, like an extra week to prepare. So that sucks. It sucks that I can't watch my team, but I'll still be watching the big games nonetheless.
That's right. As you can see, bro, I got a fresh cut.
Nice.
Seems like it happens quite a bit whenever you record a podcast. I get a haircut.
Dude, I've not had a haircut since before lockdown.
That way you wear that cap.
That's exactly why I would. Dude, you should see people. If you saw me without this cap, you'd honestly think I was homeless.
Why don't you show the people?
Dude, well, it's gonna be okay. I'll show you, but it's gonna be remotely like acceptable now because the cap's been flattening it all day. But if I just had a shower and let it dry, it's like a freaking fro. Yeah.
I'm excited to see this.
Look at this,
Jeez.
looking like an absolute.
Dude, you look like what's that guy from Norwich? Cantwell. No,
Just an uglier version.
Joshua Cantwell.
Dude, look, it's crazy, bro. And there's still so much to go. Like, I'm gonna grow it out long.
Yeah.
But it can get down to like over my eyes.
That's caveman.
6 styles, bro. 6 styles. I will wear.
I'm taking a screenshot of that. Wow.
Just get presentable again.
So Premier League is starting. Let's go straight into it. What are your top four predictions?
I mean,
what are yours?
Obviously, I just want Man City to win it, so I'm just gonna say City's gonna win it.
Yeah.
Okay. I have a feeling it's gonna be between City and Liverpool again, anyway.
Yeah.
And I mean, okay, they hadn't won the Premier League in 30 years, right? So to go and say that they're going to go and do the double or defend the title when it hasn't been done in the last 10 years, besides for us recently, that's saying a bit much for them, I think.
Yeah.
So even though they're looking strong and they are competitors, I kind of like, I don't see them defending it after getting it after 30 years type of thing, if that makes sense. Like, that'd be too.
The defender, he's going to attack it. Like, that can backfire. So.
Yeah. So I'm going to say us. I'm going to say Liverpool second.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to say Chelsea third. And I'm going to say, you see, now it's between United, Arsenal, and Tottenham for fourth.
Oh, wow.
I would say.
Tottenham, jeez.
Well, I mean, I'm just like regarding the top six here.
Yeah.
I'm not thinking of like a Wolves or like a Leicester, even though they are capable.
Yeah.
I just feel like those non-top six sides who are capable never produce the goods and they never get fourth spot, besides for Leicester winning the lead a couple years ago.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say City, Liverpool, Chelsea and Arsenal. I'm gonna say Arsenal
Wow.
because I really like Mikel Arteta and I think he's a good manager and he's got some good philosophies. And they've made a couple decent signings, and I just think United are going to bottle it again.
Jeez. Okay. So if you're a United fan listening to this, firstly, welcome.
Oh,
And secondly, what do you think of that?
secondly, goodbye, because you're probably gone.
We don't like you. Sorry. Um, okay, bro. I'm pretty much the same. So I would say City will win the league. Um, I say Chelsea are going to pip Liverpool to the second place.
Oh, okay,
I,
that's a claim.
it is a claim, and I really feel like Liverpool. Dang it, my camera just keeps dropping. What a cheap piece of crap.
Yep.
But there we go. I'm back. Um, I would say City number one, Chelsea number two, Liverpool number three, and Manchester United number four.
Okay.
That is
So Arsenal and Spurs are the no-goes.
I rate Spurs are going to have a absolute meltdown. Mourinho's not going to last the season. I just feel like it's going to be one of those seasons.
Mm-hmm.
Please, Lord, let it be that. It'll just be amazing.
Moving along swiftly, Shawnee boy.
Yes,
We nearly got to watch the greatest player in the world play in the Premier League.
nearly.
Nearly is the key word there.
Yes.
You've had a few things on our Instagram page to say about it.
So I put out a little vote, and I think 95% of people said that they agreed with you, and I'm pretty sure this was your answer, that Barcelona are evil and they're holding Messi against his will.
Yeah,
that's what pretty much everyone said. It's true.
I mean,
evil.
Okay, so do you want me to explain why I chose that out of the four? It's not like the other three were very viable options anyway. You kind of like took the piss, which fair play to you. He clearly. Everyone saw that video interview where he came out and said he doesn't want to go to war with the club that he loves, and I respect that. He didn't want to go to court with them, even though City would have won, because you know how we roll.
Yeah.
It looks like he's going to stick it out for a year, and I think, Bartomeu, he could have been arrested for losing Messi, or for losing the revenue to that extent. I think there's something like they could have criminally charged him.
Could have charged him. Wow.
Yeah, it's quite hectic. So he had a lot of reason to keep Messi there.
Yeah.
Okay. I think Messi clearly said he wanted to leave. He told the person on the interview, he spoke into the camera and said, I've been telling them I've been wanting to leave for the last year. Okay.
Yeah.
The president said to him he could leave at the end of the season. So there was a promise there. And he didn't stick to his word, right? Messi clearly said that. He said the club is a shambles right now. There's no project. They're just patching holes. And to be fair to Messi, it makes complete sense. Look at the signings that they've made in the last 3-4 years. Since Neymar left, they've been just buying the most random players, like Paulinho. He failed at Spurs. How is that a signing for Barcelona?
Not for sure.
Then they go and buy Coutinho from Liverpool for 140 mil, only to give him on loan to Bayern Munich so that he could bag 2 goals and assist against them in the quarterfinals of the Champions League.
And Dembele is made of glass, by the looks of it. So
yeah, exactly, dude. It doesn't make sense. So they've been after our centre back Eric Garcia, that young teenager, for a while. But I don't even rate him that much. He's not bad. He's not amazing. He's not Barcelona level. Why do they want him? He's a short centre back who's quite slow.
Yeah.
The only thing he's good for is he's very, very intelligent. Apparently, he's super, super intelligent. He understands the game
I'm pretty intelligent.
so well. And an amazing manager one day, but why is he a Barcelona target?
Yeah.
So what Messi said makes a whole lot of sense. And obviously Messi didn't sit in the interview and say, I wanted to join City, but there's no doubt about where he would have gone. It all
Oh,
makes sense. And as rival, I can only assume that rival fans can see that. The linking up with Pep again, the type of football we play. We've got the money to pay his big salary. We haven't got the Champions League, so it's a nice goal to try and achieve with the club. So I could see why he wanted to come to us. What I'm now interested to see is, first of all, how does the season look for him? Because he clearly said to Ronald Koeman that he doesn't want to play football for him,
yeah,
like when he wanted to leave.
yeah,
So I'm interested to see how he works into the Dutchman's plans.
for
Is he
sure.
going to be benched, or is he just going to have a bad attitude the whole season and play cuck?
How could you bench Messi? You just can't do it.
No, I know you can't, but I mean,
Suicide.
I, managers have made examples of players before. We know this.
Oh, but on
I
Messi,
mean, I'm
Ronaldo. Well,
no, I look, I'm obviously just saying things here.
yeah,
Like I don't think that will happen, but it's a thought that can go through your mind after everything Messi said.
and Koeman
Um,
across like he's going to be really hard on the players. He's got like his 10 commandments or whatever that he's wanting to install into the players. So who knows?
okay, well, I mean, good for him, bro. I like Koeman. He's obviously a Dutchie. You and I both support
Love the Dutch.
the Netherlands
Yeah,
in international football. So I think he's cool, and I think he's the better manager out of the last few that they've had.
yeah.
Um, but yeah, these are things to consider. And then lastly, what I'm super interested to see is what is Messi's vibe at the end of the season? Where does he go? Does he have a change of heart? Are there going to be other competitors now? Do the likes of Chelsea, Juventus, PSG, Bayern try and get some cash together to throw big salaries his way? I mean, you never know. That those things are possibilities. Um, so I'm very interested to see what happens. And then also, Pep's contract runs out after this season. So does he renew and does he get Messi, or does Messi go somewhere else and Pep not renew?
Who knows?
Very Yeah, there's some serious questions to be asked here, which is going to be interesting. Um, so yeah, I think at the end of the day, I think it's a bummer. I think it's a bummer that we don't get to see Messi a year earlier. He could still come to the Prem at the end of the season.
Good.
But it's like a year wasted. He's in his 30s already. He's still an amazing player, but what's he going to be like in a year?
Yeah.
So I think it's a bummer for Premier League fans around the world, whether you're an opposition fan. I think it's still an exciting sentiment to have him in the league and to see what he can do on a
Well,
wet, cold, rainy night in Stoke.
I mean, he's still rated number one on FIFA for FIFA 21, which is
Yeah,
something.
and we'll get into that. We'll get into that. But yeah, I think it's a bummer. Hey? And listen, how this is what frustrates me. Like, let's say he was going to Chelsea. Let's say he was going to Chelsea.
Yeah.
So I'm taking my like feelings out of it that he could have come to us.
Yeah.
How on earth do a club like Barcelona treat a player like Messi like that?
Yeah.
How do they have the audacity, and I guess it's prison time, which forced them, in that way. But how do you treat your GOAT, your greatest of all time player like that, dude? Aguero is probably arguably one of our best players. Do you know what our chairman said this year? Because he's got 1 year left in his contract.
Yeah.
The interviewer asked him in his yearly interview review of the season vibe, and he said, "What happens to Aguero at the end of the season? He's only got 1 year left on his contract. Does he renew? Does he go?" And our chairman said, "Aguero has done so much for this club that he can choose the way that he leaves Manchester City. He can choose." The chairman said, if he wants to renew, of course we'll be so open to that. But if he sees it's his time to leave and start a new chapter somewhere else, we will respect that because of what he's done for our club.
Yeah.
That's Aguero, who's been here for 10 years. How the hell has Messi, who's been at Barcelona for 19 years, get treated like this?
Oh,
Regardless of the fact that he's not going to take them to court and there's not going to be no legal battle, it's still it's a dodgy move on Barcelona's part, and Messi is gonna depart in a year's time with still with hard feelings still.
He will. And
You know, it was still an awkward vibe, and I just think it's shocking of them. I think they ought to be embarrassed to treat a player like that the way that they did.
it's true. I'm just glad he's not gone to City. That's,
He still could, bro. He still could.
he will next season. But who knows? Who knows? But again, he's number one on FIFA, bro. So you got that. He's still got that going for him.
I don't think he cares about that, to be honest.
He doesn't.
I think he cares about Ballon d'Ors and Champions League trophies.
For sure. I think Lewandowski would have won Ballon d'Or this year, though. All right.
Totally. I feel sorry for him.
Yeah.
I mean, even he came out and said it. He's bummed that there's no Ballon d'Or because he believes he should win it.
He probably would have. You see the FIFA ratings? You check them out.
I checked them out. I checked out like the top 10 and then obviously all of City's ratings.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the top 10. Okay.
Yeah.
So obviously Messi's on top, Ronaldo second, and then joint third is De Bruyne, Lewandowski, and someone else. Neymar, I think.
Yeah, it might be Neymar. Yeah.
And then it goes to like Mbappe and Aguero, and if like I think is Hazard still top 10 or did he fall away from that?
Top 10.
Anyway, it ends with 8 and 9. Salah and Mane on 90 rated.
I know.
My dude. Are they smoking something?
I know.
They are really, really good players.
Oh, totally.
But I'm sorry, bro. They have not been doing that for the last 8 to 10 years.
Week in and week out, no.
Yeah.
It's just pure PR move. That's all it is.
100%. I mean, Liverpool won the Prem, but that's it.
Yeah, that's it. Exactly.
That's it. The last time I checked, when we won the Prem back to back, we didn't get a bunch of players in the top 10. It was just Aguero and De Bruyne, like always, but they've always been there.
Yep.
You know?
But it's a TV game, right? They want to get
of course
many of them as possible.
Yeah. So
I feel the pain. I feel it.
Interesting, but very, very deserved of Lewandowski. I feel like he should have a 91 rated just because he's so hench.
Oh, totally.
That guy is so dank, bro.
Yeah, actually quite scary. And who's the other dude?
Leon Goretzka.
Yeah, what the heck? Anyway,
jeez, bro, he's had a glow up.
I saw they were talking about Andreas Christensen, saying where should we loan him out to, and everybody's saying send him to Bayern so he can literally just bulk up and then bring him back. He's just yeah, there was some shockers. I mean, there's that whole debate. Jordan Henderson is at the same rating as Pogba. And
no, you're kidding.
He's same rating as Pogba, 86, and he's one more than Thiago from Bayern.
Oh my word, dude! Oh my word! You know why he got that? Because he sent Dejan Lovren a letter to say thanks for everything after he left the club.
That's so cute,
dude.
I can't. And it's frustrating because it's just frustrating all around. I want to buy it.
Listen to this. All these accounts on social media go mad because Jordan Henderson sent Lovren a freaking letter to say thanks so much and you were always part of this team and we're going to miss you and blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
They all go class. Dude, do you know that for the last 4 or 5 years, company's been working on a charity. He's got his own charity for homeless people in Manchester.
Yeah.
Where's all the class crap about that?
Nah. Not there. Doesn't fit the narrative. Doesn't fit the agenda.
So bad. I can't believe he's better than Thiago in FIFA.
Yep.
Pretty sure Liverpool want to get Thiago to replace Henderson, because he's not going to last long in that position. They want to keep winning like this.
No. Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't think they're going to do. I mean, that's my argument. I'm like, they haven't been buying many players. I feel like they're slowly falling behind with all the other teams you guys are starting to buy. We've obviously picked up. Um, so that was my reason for earlier.
Dude, it's super funny to see players, all sorts of players pipe up on Twitter. They start swearing and whatever. They screenshot their ratings. They're like, "What is this?" I know Laporte did like a
Oh yeah,
he did a question like on his Instagram saying, "What should his pace be?" Because his pace is 67, and it's like, dude, if he was 67, he
yeah,
wouldn't be, in my opinion, the second best centre back in the league.
yeah.
Like he catches people and he defends.
Hey, Thiago Silva has joined the Premier League, so
Bro,
Laporte.
he's a bully.
That's
He's
good.
a has been, bro.
Hey.
He hasn't done it in the Premier League yet. You can't put him up there. At least Laporte's won 2 titles.
As soon he arrives in the Premier League, he automatically becomes the second best centre back.
You sound like a Liverpool fan.
No, Van Dijk, I'll give it to him. Van Dijk's number one. Ben Silva.
No. Wow. Wow.
You'll put Jesus and Aguero in his pocket, bro. It'll be great.
Okay, I can't wait to see it.
Oh, where's the first match? Isn't it soon?
Can't wait to see it. So in other news,
Yes.
thank the Pope
Cool.
for the justice that is De Bruyne won the PFA.
Oh, he did, finally. I'm so glad.
Thank goodness. And I know we just rinsed Jordan Henderson, but credit to him, he made a cheeky tweet congratulating De Bruyne.
Good job.
Because he knows deep down inside that he should never have got that. He should never have been in the running. Let's just be reals. So De Bruyne won it. I'm very glad. He's the first City player to ever win it.
Really?
Yeah. David Silva, Yaya Toure, 13-14 season. Remember, he was an absolute beast.
Yeah.
He was unstoppable. He never won it. And Aguero's never won it. We've hardly had any nominations for the PFA Team of the Year as well.
Yeah.
City gets snubbed every single time when it comes to these awards. So I felt relieved. I feel like there's a little bit of
justice there.
Normality in the football world again. Because if Henderson had won it, I would have just been like, it's completely like it's a farce. Like
totally.
Somebody paid somebody to make him win it, type of thing.
Well, you can just keep it warm until Kai Havertz gets it next season. So hang on to that thing, De Bruyne.
Dude, Kai Havertz could be a complete fail. You could loan him out you could sell him out to another German club, and we could buy him again. When he's a superstar.
No, that's never going to happen. Never ever going to happen. What do you think?
I'm joking. Obviously, it's not going to happen because you guys spend so much damn money on him.
Yeah, but what do you think?
You got to make him work,
bro. What do you think of Chelsea's transfer?
So talk to me about this boy, Chi.
Who? Kai Havertz. Kai Havertz is being labeled as a generational talent, one of the most impressive young Germans to ever come out of Germany. Blah 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 blah.
Okay. But answer this question.
Yeah, what's it? Can you do it?
No. Listen to this.
Yeah.
Okay. Kevin De Bruyne.
Yeah.
In his peak.
Yeah.
Or Kai Havertz now. With all of this talent and all of this.
I'm gonna say I'm looking at his statistics, and I've been following all the Kai Havertz hype for a while. I'd say De Bruyne is a more complete player.
Right.
So I would say De Bruyne would just be ahead, but I'm like, Kai's not very far behind. And at such a young age, it's scary.
Okay, you reckon by the time he's De Bruyne's age, he'll be the same class?
I really could be better, to be very honest.
Better, wow, okay. And does he have a beast's weak foot like De Bruyne? Because De Bruyne's weak foot is better than most people's strong foot.
Yeah, he doesn't score many long range.
Which could change.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, he's more of an assist machine, though he scores both. He gets goals and assists, like De Bruyne. Um, Actually, De Bruyne is a great example of guy. Um, I think he'll pretty much follow in his shadow.
Mm.
Not sure about the weak foot, to be very honest. I know he's more
Well,
like
we'll have to see.
he's like a silky player. He'll just hold that ball like a Yaya Toure. Like you know how Yaya Toure used to play. He'd have that ball at his feet, and he would just slowly move, but he would just control. He would just send players the wrong way, but he's not like putting tons of effort in. He was just like so in
Just
control.
glides around. I would rather compare him to. I mean, Yaya Toure for me was just a unit. You couldn't touch him because he was just so powerful and good on the ball. I would maybe compare him if you're talking about someone who's just uh, you know not putting much effort in and gliding around would be David Silva in his prime, not the last couple of years, but in his prime.
Well, I'd say Silver's more like got a low sense of gravity, like very
Yes. No, I'm not comparing them exactly. I'm just saying in terms of a City player gliding around with the ball, that would be Silva.
yeah, yeah. So I
That's
mean,
cool. I'm excited to see him play then. Just not against us. I hope he plays crap against us.
you know what I'm excited for? I'm like we got Liverpool in the second week, and I haven't felt like this in years. But I'm like I feel like Chelsea. I always feel nervous for those big matches, and this has been like the last 4 or 5 years. Um, since like we had Costa and Fabregas and they're like solid team. Like I've
Mm.
just haven't been confident against big teams. I'm like second week against Liverpool with Werner, Havertz. I don't know if Ziyech's going to be available, but like we could potentially get a result, which makes me really excited. So
Why won't he be available?
he's currently got an injury. Ben
Oh,
Chilwell
okay.
injured.
Dude, and a couple players are getting the good old Rona, eh?
I know.
Like Laporte and Mares at the moment have it.
I
But
think we got.
because we got this break, they're probably going to be back in time.
Oh yeah, you're lucky.
Mm.
Well, we're up against Brighton, so I hope we smash it into pieces just to kick the season off. Um, but bro, let's do. We've done a top four prediction. Who do you think's getting relegated on the other end of the table?
I definitely think Leeds will stay in,
Yeah,
one of the new promoted teams. They've got a great coach and they play some good footy. I think they're going to be a bit of a dark horse, to be honest.
yeah,
Um, who's just been so average and dismal? Kind of feel like Newcastle could have.
yeah.
They could be a worry for
Yep.
me. Who else is coming up? It's Leeds.
Leeds, Fulham. People are saying Fulham's
Ful-
going to.
Fulham will probably drop down again, I reckon.
I would definitely say that too. I'd say Newcastle and Fulham. The third,
It's so hard. Tottenham?
please. Oh, please.
Imagine. Imagine they get this brand new stadium and they get relegated with Jose Mourinho.
Man,
Oh my
just
gosh. That would be hilarious.
that would, bro.
So the third one, we're not so sure.
Yeah, me neither. I can't even remember the last team that's come up from the championship, to be honest. That's
It
terrible.
probably would be the last team. Usually only really one stays up.
Yeah, not West Brom. No, it's not West Brom. Anyway, um, well,
I think
I'm
it is West Brom.
happy. Yeah, maybe they
Yeah.
can go down. I don't know. I don't like West Brom. They're horrible players. They're just so
Oh,
aggressive.
such a bad, such a bad shirt
Boring,
design as well. It's
terrible.
just
Uh,
boring.
but I don't know if you know the Leeds manager, Bielsa.
Yeah.
Uh,
Spygate.
yeah, exactly. So I'm looking forward to that. Chelsea versus Leeds. Obviously, it's the Empire. That's going to be like tons of fun. And you know the media are going to hype it up. But
Yeah.
I think you knew this. Like he's not an amazing manager in terms of his statistics, but
He's
he's
got a very good philosophy.
yeah, and he's called one of the most influential managers in the world. So
Yeah.
Pep says he's the best manager he's ever worked under. Same with Pochettino, Simeone. A lot of these like top managers have been influenced by him. So
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm excited to see him in the Premier League. It should be cool to see Leeds, old school teams, got a lot of history. It'd be fun to have him.
Yeah. I agree completely with that, and that's because I've just heard Pep talk about him quite a few times. And if someone like Pep is talking about a manager coming up from the championship, there must be something special about him.
Yeah.
I mean, heck, the guy was adamant enough to go and spy on his opponents at training, so
Yeah.
he's got the drive.
No, he's like I was watching some video on him. Like he goes through like 33-page documents on like one team just for that weekend.
That's
Uh,
crazy.
he's just
It's a
gone.
bit like Arteta, actually. Arteta under Pep, apparently his apartment was just freaking riddled with like tactics and pages all over his walls. Like it was like a complete like mess just from how like crazy he just eats and sleeps and breathes football.
Wow, it's
Very
either a
interesting to
sign
see.
of a genius or a sign of a madman.
Who knows?
Who knows?
Who
Yeah,
knows?
hopefully
Could
not.
be both. Most geniuses are madmen.
Yeah, but at the same time, I'm like, as unbearable as Liverpool fans have been, just the fact of Arsenal winning the FA Cup, bro. Like, if they would have to win the league, I think their supporters might be even worse than Liverpool and Man United. It's a scary thought, but hopefully that doesn't happen. Hopefully they don't win the league for a long
I can't see them winning the league though. I mean,
time. They would have to buy some serious.
David Luiz is still at the back, dude.
Exactly.
And I got Willian. Woohoo.
Oh, good luck to them. But let's talk about goals for top six. I wanted to ask you this, like quickly. What do you think? Um, what do you think of like if I name a team? You tell me what do you think their goal is going to be for this season? Is it top four? Is it win Champions League? Is it win the league? What do you think? So if you think Liverpool, what do you think their goal will be?
I mean, I think their goal will be. I think their biggest goal would be to try and get another Prem to defend their title. Because when we won it in 2018, our sort of primary objective, well, it's what Pep said anyway, was to defend it, and we did.
Yeah,
So I think I feel like Liverpool will put a focus on that, but it's hard. This is a hard one because every team's just going to try and win everything.
yeah,
I think they'll try and give Champions League a good run again. I'm pretty sure they're going to be bummed the way that they got smashed by
yeah,
Atletico this season.
yeah.
But definitely to retain that Premier League, they would be keen on that.
There you go.
They never really take the cup seriously. Let's be honest. They never win those.
Yeah,
And Klopp always puts a crap team out. So
yeah.
yeah, I would say that.
City, what's your guys' goal? What do you think?
Well, we maintain, our chairman says this, Pep says it's always the Premier League, and the reason why they say it is because there's 38 games in the Premier League, and they feel like it's the harder one to achieve. If you're talking about like endurance and keeping the focus for that many games and for 10 months, and it makes sense from
Yeah,
like a logical point of view. I mean, you can basically win the Champions League, I think, by winning 7 games. Like you could statistically get
yeah, yeah,
through the group stage and then win it
for sure.
if you win your group games.
Yeah,
Only 7 games. But obviously they're 2 different competitions.
yeah,
But City, I would say, because of that that sort of thing that they always say, I would say they want to get the Prem back from Liverpool, 100%. And then their secondary goal would be to try and win the Champions League for the first time. I think
yeah,
that'll always be our secondary goal while we don't have it.
yeah.
But I think it's going to be a secondary goal for any big club.
Totally. I agree.
Um, a secondary or primary goal, and then the Carabao Cup, we kind of just win it every year anyway. So
Cup at the moment.
we'll throw that in third and FA Cup fourth. Even though FA Cup's a better trophy, we just seem to go for the Carabao every time. I think there's something like mentally we like to win that trophy early on so we can try and, finish the season with success. But yeah.
And yeah, these are interesting ones now. Because a Man United, what would you think? What do you think the goal for them?
Avoid relegation and really, really push for Europa League. Yeah. I think they'll really push for Europa. Yeah.
But I don't think they're thinking to challenge for the title, eh?
dude, I think they will always think that they're going to challenge for the title because they're Man United. They hold on to their history more than anybody.
That's crazy, though.
But
Potentially.
dude,
I know.
I met I went to like an engagement party on the weekend, and I met a Man United fan there, and he reckons Pogba's a much better player than De Bruyne. I mean, they're delusional, bro.
Yeah, they are.
So
They are.
and he's a swell guy. Don't get me wrong. If you ever hear this, my dude, you're a nice guy. But I've got to agree to disagree on that one. You can't tell me Pogba is the better player. It's just not happening for me.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I think they'll always think that they're gonna win the league, but I don't know. They're 85 million signing Maguire, might as well be in prison. Shame.
Yep.
I'm being a bit harsh, but he's had a bit of drama this summer. He hasn't really had a time to relax and focus. Who knows what type of season he'll have. Are they going to get Sancho? We don't know. Apparently they're still going for him. They got the weird Donny
Yeah.
from Ajax. Dude, since Fergie left, United are just United, aren't they? They're just kind of like they're just kind of there. They're kind of like an irritation.
Yeah.
They don't really threaten much. I think they'll think that they can push for the title because they sort of ended this season well. But I don't know. They obviously got into the Champions League. Did they get into the Champions League?
Yeah, they did. Yep.
They got into the Champions League, so I
And
feel like that's going to distract them a little bit. So I just don't see them pushing for much, to be honest.
yeah.
Heck, they might still push for Europa League this season by coming third in the group stage.
Yeah.
And dropping down into the Europa. But yeah, I don't know. United are United. They don't threaten me. They only threaten me when we have a derby day because then they beat us on derby day and call Manchester red, even though they were like miles behind us and haven't won anything all season.
For sure.
So it is what it is.
And then the three London clubs, let's say Chelsea, Arsenal, and Tottenham. I would say Chelsea's goals still top four. I feel like we're not thinking about the title.
No, I would say Frank's maybe got it in the back of his mind to try and push, try and give it a good old go because he's got the team to do it. You guys have the team to do it now. Like, let's be real.
No, for sure. But he has said that's not their goal. Definitely top four.
Yeah, but I mean, dude, a manager is obviously going to say that
Yeah,
when
totally.
he's still unsure of how his new team's going to play and what the vibe is. That's just to save face.
But
If
it's a lot of new players all coming together, so that's
yeah,
what I'm like.
no, that's fair. But what I'm saying is, he's always going to do that or say that to save face. But behind the scenes, he might feel like he could
Yeah,
give it a good old go. You know?
for sure. And they will. I mean, they want to win every match. It makes sense. Like, you'd want
Yeah,
to go
yeah, yeah.
second. I just don't think that's like their
I
primary.
feel, I feel like Arsenal and Tottenham's primary goal only is to get top four because they are always on the sort of the outskirts now
To
of
see
top
if
four.
you can celebration like that thing.
Yeah. And Arsenal are going to try and win the FA Cup again. Let's be real.
Yep. Oh,
They're
and
gonna they love that. And
Tottenham will
the
make
Spurs are just going to try and make top four and not win a trophy again.
Yeah.
They love the not winning a trophy.
Yeah.
So I feel like they'll just do that again.
With Spurs, I'm like, see, this is definitive year, and I've said it last year. I'm surprised that Kane and Ali and even Son have stuck around.
How are they still there?
No, but I feel like this has to be the season. If they win nothing,
And they leave.
they have to go. I'm like,
Harry Kane's not getting any younger, and he is a world-class striker. Let's honestly, we can say that any one of us, anyone, a fan from Real Madrid or Barcelona would be more than happy to have him in their team. He just puts the ball in the back of the net.
Yeah, totally. What you want. Can't talk to save his life, but who cares?
Yeah. He lets his goals do the talking, to be fair. Okay, but yeah, why are they still there? They don't even have big salaries. I think Daniel Levy is a freaking magician, bro. He's a hypnotist.
No, he is. He is. That sounds extra time. We're just going to wrap up with some transfers and some quick fire um, predictions for this season. So, just firstly, any transfer news on your side? Anything happening in Manchester area?
Dude, it's just been a back and forth negotiations, sort of 2 weeks with Napoli for the
Like,
big boy, Koulibaly. Apparently, we are finally just going to settle for the price that they want, which I think is 70 mil
sure.
up front and 5 mil add-ons,
Ooh,
which is expensive.
coming.
Hey?
Maguire incoming.
Dude, I think he's better than Maguire.
I agree.
I think he's better than Maguire, and he's still going to be 10 mil less than Maguire. And I mean, you guys bought Kepa for that much money.
But
So,
I'll defend that buy, even though it is absolutely ridiculous.
well, he looked like a good prospect. He's just been
He
shambles since.
was decent. No, he wasn't. He wasn't decent. He was okay. And
He
Courtois
looked promising.
literally left us with our pants down, and yeah, we had a problem. I would have taken anyone though, besides Kepa.
So, then, besides for him, there's like zilch on the horizon. Even though our chairman said that we're still going to make signings, plural with an S.
So maybe
So there could be a surprise package. I just don't know about it. I know they were talking about that Hassum Ayor guy from Lyon, but apparently he looks like he's going to Arsenal. That's actually quite a good signing if they get him.
Right.
But there's been no murmur of anyone else. But what has to be said is that Ferran Torres had his Spain debut in the Nations League
cool.
about a week ago, and he mesmerized. He's actually, I think he's going to be the most underrated signing this season, especially because we only paid like 21 mil for him, which is a freaking bargain. Bro, the ball was like headed out, like the defender like headed the ball out. So it was kind of like looping up in the air, and he half volleyed it, like a low driven half volley curled into the bottom right corner. It was just such a damn neat finish, bro.
Yeah.
Just the way he placed it, you could just tell like he's got absolute talent there.
Yeah.
And apparently he was just running like riots all over the place, which is really exciting to see.
That's cool.
And then Ake, I think he made a mistake in the Netherlands Italy game. Well, I think he could have done better, but apparently everyone was rinsing him. Meanwhile, he was actually marking someone, and Van Dijk was sort of tuning everyone, but not marking anyone. He was like running in no man's land and running so that the guy was onside or whatever. And Ake took all the burn apparently for that. But yeah, it's looking like Ake, Torres, and Koulibaly that's going to be it. I mean, I wish I could say Messi was joining, but I can't, can I?
No, go on. Sorry, bro.
And on the Chelsea front, you guys are done.
No.
How much? What?
Apparently, it's going to be a signing any second.
Goalkeeper.
Yeah, Edouard Mendy from Stade Rennes.
Okay. I can dig with that. I feel you guys need a goalkeeper. And is Caballero staying on, or is he gone?
No, he'll probably stay. He'll probably become our third choice. Sadly, it's fine. I'm totally okay with that. But the interesting thing is Petr Cech is the one who's pushing this transfer. He's the one who's like, you need to get this.
Well, isn't he director of football anywhere?
Yeah, but usually he doesn't have much say in like exactly who we go after.
Dude, him and Frankie they're doing some business there.
Really
Jeez,
cool. But so we got him, and then apparently still Declan Rice is still on the.
Okay, Declan Rice, and I think Danny Jenkward he's going to be out there.
Okay.
How's that quote?
I crashed my car. That was a wake up.
No, drink driving, eh?
Yeah, exactly. Then I slept with 50 prostitutes and got photos taken of me or whatever. That was a wake up call. Then I don't know, I shot a man who was helping a puppy. That was a wake up. I'm like, what, bro? Dude, how many do you need?
Yeah, I rate Declan Rice. He's a solid little defensive mid. He's a great. You can just see he works damn hard. He's not full of himself. I like him. Yeah. He'd be a good signing. But tell me this, Shaun.
Yes.
after all the signings you made, now I know you had the Hazard money, but I mean,
Mm.
that it's got to run out at some point. I feel like it's definitely run out in this window already.
No, it has.
With these extra signings coming in,
Yeah.
do you think UEFA will be on your backs, or has the Sky Blues done you a solid and embarrassed them so much that they're not going to come up to anyone for FFP anymore?
You know what I think it is? I think, honestly, I think FFP is dead. When people say it's dead, I think it's like, it's absolute.
Do you think we killed it?
Yeah, you killed it. You put that last nail in the coffin. But obviously, it's still there in the background. I think Chelsea know what they're doing. They got into trouble before. So I think we're actually fine financially. Between the Hazard and Morata money alone, I think we're only like a few 10 to 20 million over. So we've only apparently spent that much. And then you still have a transfer budget on top of that. We still want to sell players. I think it'll all balance out. And the thing with FFP as well is like it's over a three-year period that they want to see you make up your balance. So you might overspend one season, but over 3 years you need to balance it up.
Okay.
Chelsea are just like, we're going to go all out here. We're going to buy for the next 5 years. So you can give us a 2-year ban. It doesn't matter. We got all the players we want.
Yeah, that's true.
So maybe that's a strategy.
But I mean, if that okay, cool, that's a great strategy if you just get a transfer ban. But if you get a Champions League ban like what we got, that's a different story. They try to make an example out of us though, and it didn't work. I don't think they'll come after anyone for a while.
No, I don't think they will. And honestly, people are like, "Yo, FFP, this, that." I'm like, Chelsea aren't stupid, especially since they just got caught. They're going to be very, very aware of their finances.
But you guys got caught for approaching youngsters incorrectly.
No,
That's a different thing.
It is. But
we were accused of inflating sponsor money to make so that we could have more to spend.
Well, accused, I would take the word accused out there. I'd say you did.
I mean, we could argue about this all day, but the court of arbitration for sports said we didn't. So
it's okay, it's fine.
And also, those emails were extracted out of like 4 million emails, and so apparently it was taken very out of context. So
okay. Yeah. Well, Brett, let's do quick fire. So like 1-word answers.
Okay, let's do it. Let's do it.
I'll name a topic, and you give me a name of who you think that person's going to be.
Okay, let's do it.
Top goal scorer.
I'm going to be controversial and say I'm going to say 2 players.
Okay, you're breaking the rules already. That's okay. Go for it.
It's controversial though.
Yeah.
Werner and Sterling.
How's that controversial? I 100% agree with you, Werner.
Well, I would say Werner's. I think Sterling could be like the dark horse top scorer because his scoring form has changed drastically, and he got like over 30 goals for us last season. So I think he's maturing now, and I think I think it could be between them two.
Werner, I agree with you. I'd say I'm also going to go Werner. Why not? Anyway,
why not?
Next one, Golden Glove.
I'm gonna say Edison again. He got it this season. I'm gonna say he's gonna get it again.
I'm gonna say Kepa. I'm gonna join you. I'll say Edison. Good. I don't know what the name it is, but person with the most assists.
The Playmaker Award.
Playmaker, that's it.
De Bruyne, no question, because he's won it in the last 3 years.
I'm going for Havertz.
So do you think De Bruyne's just going to completely lose all form and not get close to his 20 that he got this season?
Bro, he's going to like...
I don't see Havertz coming in for his first season and like getting around 16, 17, 18, because that's what he's got to get to basically beat De Bruyne.
Bro, he's going to do it. He's going to get 26, 27, 28. Watch.
I can't wait to clip this at the end of the season. Okay, cool. Fair play. He's going for his young 72 million euro signing. Cool. No worries.
1-word answer. Who's going to have the most red cards? Louise.
Yeah.
Again.
I think Louise, if I could wish someone to have the most red cards, it would be Fabinho from Liverpool.
I agree. I'm saying Louise. Yeah.
Yeah. It's unanimous.
Which team will hit the woodwork the most?
Us. We do every year. We've hit the woodwork the most in the last 2 or 3 seasons, I think.
I'm going to say Chelsea. Just to,
Okay.
um,
You know why I say that for us? Because we have so many damn shots, bro.
no, exactly.
We make so many chances.
But I feel like that's going to be us this season. We're going to do tons of shots. So. Okay, you say
Both
City.
are getting lit.
I don't know, man. Goes very obvious. The most penalties.
Do we even need to give him the attention that he doesn't deserve?
Gosh, kill me.
You know what? I can't wait to see him dive in that new zebra third kit.
Yeah. Yep.
That's gonna be a meme of note, dude. Be like a zebra getting hunted by a lion, bro. He's gonna dive.
Yeah. First, okay. So who's going to be the first red card in the league for foul play, for serious foul play? So not for like football related, but kicking out, one punch, whatever.
Who's aggressive? Why can't I think of anyone? Oh, dude, I'm gonna say someone random. It's gonna be like an out of body moment.
Yeah.
Wilfred Zaha.
Oh, okay.
He's just gonna get upset with defenders rinsing his legs,
Yeah.
and he's gonna kick out, and he's gonna get sent off.
And like fly kick someone like Eric Cantona.
Oh, no, he's just gonna stomp on someone, I think.
Okay. I'm gonna say it's gonna be a Tottenham player. It's gonna be definitely gonna be
Serge Aurier.
no. I'm gonna say Dele Alli because I just cannot stand that guy.
Okay, fair play.
He's gonna play against. It's gonna be this is how it's gonna happen. It's gonna be Crystal Palace, Tottenham 0-0. This is the 6th 0-0 that Tottenham have had in a row, and Zaha is gonna.
Or maybe Zaha and Dele Alli will kick out at each other and both get sent off at the same time, and then we can both be right.
Mine was after Zaha got sent off. Then the Palace players are like, we're going to start kicking the crap out of Ali. And then Dele Alli just loses it and pops an eye out of his socket. That's it.
I'm going to say Dele Alli pulls the middle finger again.
Oh, yeah. That's even better. He's going to fly kick a ref. That's what's happening. Okay.
Okay.
First coach to get sacked.
Jose Mourinho.
Oh, I'm with you, bro. It's Jose.
100%. 100%.
Jose Mourinho. Surprise of the season? Which player do you think is going to surprise you?
Torres from Man City. I don't think he's going to surprise me. He's going to surprise the league.
Okay.
No one's rating him.
I'm going to say you're going with him. I'm just trying to think of some players that have come in recently. I'm going to say Pulisic.
I mean, he can't really be a surprise player. We all know he's good.
Really?
Yeah.
I feel like Chelsea players think he's good, but everybody else is like...
I rate him. Okay. Well, people are just uneducated.
Oh, yeah. Flop of the season?
It does have to be a new signing or just
Anyone.
a flop.
Any player you think is going to flop?
I gotta say, I think it will be Maguire. I think he's going to be a big flop.
That's a good one, actually. I didn't think of that. I was going to go...
He's already been a bit of a flop, but I think he's going to get even more of a flop because he's had a tumultuous summer.
Oh, yeah, it's shame. Shame, not shame. I'm going to say Virgil van Dijk.
Oh, I would love for that. I would love it if he just flops for Liverpool and puts all his attention on Netherlands.
Totally. I'm calling it right now. He's not going to have... It's just going to be downhill.
But he didn't reach the levels that he did the season prior. This season.
Totally. But that's the thing. If you think of flop of the season, Potentially it could come out of Liverpool because they've reached such heights,
Yes.
if you
Good
want
point. Good point.
um, then anything after that is just going down. I don't know
Yeah.
how high they could go. Besides you guys doing 100 points. Anyway, team with the most goals?
Us.
Hmm.
I have to just go based off purely off of stats, and we've got that for the last like 5 out of the last 10 years or something, 6 out of the last 10 years.
Do I agree with you or do I go with Chelsea?
Well, you can go with Chelsea, but you'll just be wrong.
I'm going with Chelsea. I'm not going to be wrong.
Okay.
Yeah, and then worst defense. Who's going to have the worst defense?
Well, if Van Dijk flops, it's got to be Liverpool.
That'd be amazing. Just want to see them. Just watch them win the league. I'm gonna.
I would have to say
No.
Arsenal maybe, or one of the newly promoted clubs, maybe like Newcastle. Someone in relegation's defense going to flop hard.
I'm going to say Brighton.
That could be the third team going down, you know?
Good. Could be Brighton.
That could be.
Yeah. You have any others? Otherwise, that's it. That's all the ones I can think of.
Who's going to be the first manager to get caught scratching his nuts and sniffing his fingers on TV?
Not Frank Lampard. I don't know. I saw there's a podcast that I like listening to called the Footy Ramble, and they were asking themselves some questions, and the one question that came up was, "Will we see a penis in the Premier League this season?" Because I don't know if you saw that video of the Newcastle game.
Did someone's penis come out?
You need to go find it on Twitter. What's the Maxim Saint Etienne? That dude,
Yeah,
French guy, bro. He he scored a goal, ran to the players, to the crowd, and the camera's looking behind him at the crowd, and this dude, like this fat guy, like gets so into it. He's like, yeah, and he like runs down the stairs. Whoops, I'm supposed to do like a helicopter. He got banned from the stadium.
Dude, that's hilarious. That's the best thing ever.
I was like, should we ask that? I don't know.
Bro,
But
what?
I wonder if we will.
Imagine getting banned for that. I mean, I wouldn't ban the guy. That's just lols.
Hilarious, bro. It is so funny.
Oh, shame. I feel sorry for him. Actually, he had the cojones to quite literally to celebrate. That's just passion. That's just passion. Come on. If you're gonna kick him out for doing that, you got to kick out the 5-year-olds pulling like the worst signs ever. Poor guy. Feel for him.
But that's all the time we got for this week.
We're super excited to have a guest on our next episode, guys. So we'll have another guest again. It was super cool to have Andrew join us last week. But yeah, we're looking forward to another guest. Who they support? Well, you'll have to tune in to find out. And if you enjoyed this episode or enjoyed any of the other episodes, please subscribe, guys. Leave comments, drop a like. It all helps. That stuff, that interaction makes such a difference. Follow us on our socials. And until next time, peace. We'll see you later.